We have Kristian, the creator and writer of Stan's Adventures today, also the head honcho of Corsex Media. Kristian, thank you for coming.
Oh, you're very welcome.
And my first question would be, what inspired you to start this project?
Being declared legally blind, it kind of helped start all of this. I've read comics since I was 6, and they've been a very large part of my life. And I've noticed over the last couple of years that it's gotten harder and harder for me to actually read some of my favorite comic books. And I posted in the Phoenix Comic Con fan page, the Blue Ribbon Army, about why there were no panels on comic books in the visually impaired. Well, Jim Smith and a lot of other local creators kind of got behind that, and next thing I know, I get asked to put on a panel for this year's Phoenix Comic Con. And I chose, out of all of the stories that we had, that the easiest one to do would be Stan's Adventures, and I'm kind of glad that I picked that one.
What's your favorite comic book or cartoon?
Oh man, you're gonna age me here. I think some of my favorite cartoons were the old Looney Tunes. Bugs Bunny, Donald Duck, or Daffy Duck, Donald Duck, oh my god. Daffy Duck, Marvin the Martian, which is kind of like the inspiration for Stan's Adventures. It's a little bit of old Looney Tunes with the Futurama, and one of my favorite comics, Barry Ween, Boy Genius. Some of my other favorite comics have been the Avengers. Big X-Men fan from the 90s, and Star Wars. I grew up on Star Wars, so that's got to be in there, both the old Marvel and the Dark Horse stuff.
How are you hoping to impact the community when you started this project?
I'm hoping that it'll bring awareness to not just the small press companies that are out there, but to some of the bigger ones like Marvel and DC and Image and Dark Horse, that even though there are people out there with visual impairments, they can still be entertained by their characters. I grew up with these comic books, Batman and Superman and Spider-Man and X-Men and Avengers, and it's to see somebody new experience those characters for the very first time in a way that is beneficial to them will just make my heart grow even larger. It's something that I want to impact everybody who not just is visually impaired, but has dyslexia or ADHD. You know, I want them to experience these characters in a new and exciting way.
So what makes this different than other animated comics that you can find on YouTube?
This one is not actually animated. That's the difference between Stan's Adventures and most of the other comic books that are out there, because a lot of them have motion comics, and they're actually almost on par with a fully animated cartoon. My Stan's Adventures will actually just be a comic book page with the narration of the descriptions for the visually impaired, as well as actors portraying the characters that a normal sighted person would see on the page. So that way the listener, will actually be able to distinguish between the different characters that are on the page.
Super excited to experience this form of media. How excited are you?
I get this question asked to me a lot from friends and stuff, and it quite hasn't sunk in yet because I'm still waiting for the finished project, the finished actual thing to be done. But I'm like getting really excited. It's something that I've worked the last 3 years for, and what I couldn't accomplish in the last 3 years, I've accomplished in less than 5 months. And that right there is a huge accomplishment for not only me, but the people that I've worked with, that I'm working with now.
Thank you so much for having me here and being able to ask these questions.
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it, and I can't wait to experience, everything, to bring everything to the foreground and have everybody experience it.